This is the Sugarbeet Report, bringing you the latest information from NDSU throughout the sugar beet growing season. Today we're getting an update on the sugar beet activity in the southern Minnesota area. Here to fill us in is Mark Bloomquist, Research Director of the Southern Minnesota Beet Sugar Cooperative. Mark, how did the spring weather affect the start of the sugar beet season in your area?
This spring, SMBSC experienced an early planting window similar to the spring of 2024. The first planting window opened on April 17th, and the cooperative was approximately 80% planted by April 24th. This is an excellent planting date for SMBSC. An April planting in our growing area often provides for the potential of above-average yields at harvest.
How about crop emergence and sugar beet populations in your area?
Sugar beet populations from the first few days of the planting season are generally good. Many of these fields have populations of 200 sugar beets per 100 foot of row. A brief but intense rainfall event on April 28th in portions of the growing area created some soil crusting issues. During the period of May 9th through the 14th, the growing area experienced high temperatures near 90 degrees with strong winds. This dried out the top 1.5 inches of soil and created a harsh environment for sugar beet emergence. Beginning May 15th to the 21st, temperatures dropped to the 40s and 50s along with the strong winds. The environmental conditions during the first 3 weeks in May reduced sugar beet emergence and stand establishment on 1/3 of our acres. In these areas, the average sugar beet stands are 120 to 160 beets per 100 foot a row. There was some replanting of fields, mainly in the western portion of the growing area. These replants will be approximately 5% of our planted acres. There were many windy days during the spring of 2025. The week of May 11th was extremely difficult across the growing area, as winds were 30+ miles per hour and temperatures were near 90, followed by continued winds and cold temperatures.
Mark, you've been working with cover crops. What are you seeing in the sugar beet fields with spring-seeded cover crops?
At SMBSC, we have been supporters of using a spring-seeded cover crop for our sugar beets. The cover crop helps prevent soil movement during the strong spring winds and also helps to protect the small sugar beet plants and maintain greater sugar beet populations. The weather conditions experienced in May again showed the advantage of spring-seeded cover crop use. Data from the 2015 through 2024 SMBSC Agronomic Practice Database shows increased final sugar beet populations on cover crop fields when compared to non-cover crop fields. These cover crop fields also yielded 542 pounds of extractable sugar per acre more than the non-cover crop fields. If you did not use a spring seed cover crop of wheat, oats, or barley on your sugar beets this season, you should consider using this practice in 2026.
How has weed management gone so far?
Early season weed control at SMBSC is a tale of timely rainfall to activate the pre-emerge herbicides. In areas that received 1+ inches of rainfall following application, the weed control looks pretty good. On fields that did not receive adequate rainfall to fully activate the pre-herbicide, weed control is more challenging. The warm stretch of weather during May 9th through the 14th brought water hemp emergence in many fields. Weed management activities are currently a top priority across the SMBSC growing area.
Mark, any final thoughts?
It looks like we have a good potential for the 2025 sugar beet crop. Best wishes to everyone for a safe and successful remainder of the 2025 growing season.
Thanks, Mark. Our guest has been Mark Bloomquist, Research Director of Southern Minnesota Beet Sugar Cooperative. This is the Sugarbeet Report, bringing you the latest information from NDSU throughout the sugar beet growing season.